Hey guys, I'm back again, and today I'll be cooking spaghetti and ground chicken meatballs because nowhere had ground turkey, and my mom bought all of these spaghetti ingredients, and I've never made spaghetti in my life, so we're gonna try something new. And like I said in my last video, I'm not a good cook, and those cupcakes were kind of easy because there were instructions and it's kind of pre-made, but I really don't know what I'm doing. So, I hope you guys enjoy me. So, I'm very unsure on what the first step should be, but my hypothesis is that I should boil these spaghettis first because boiling them would take a while, so maybe while I do something else, these would be boiled. So, this is my step one, and I hope it's your step one too because then you'll just be wasting time. And I don't like when I get my time wasted. Before we begin, make sure your hair is tied up because you don't want hair inside of your food. And also make sure you wash your filthy hands. We have reached my favorite part of the video. So while your spaghettis are boiling, make sure you take a sip of your favorite wine or a sip of your tea. And I will always be taking a sip of wine. Since it's my first time making spaghetti, I'm going to be following a very basic recipe as a guideline, but I'm going to go through my mom's spices and just add a whole bunch of random stuff and make it into a spaghetti and meatball remix. According to the recipe, now in a large bowl I need to mix ground beef, but I'm using ground chicken instead, with the breadcrumbs, the parsley, the Parmesan egg, garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, and red pepper flakes. And also whatever else I feel like adding in because we're making it a remix. Because I don't feel comfortable touching this meat with my hands, this ground chicken, I'm going to be wearing gloves until I'm done making these into meatballs. And I suggest you do too. As you can see, the ground chicken is in the bowl, and the recipe calls for 1 egg. So I went ahead and got 1 egg, so now I'm going to crack this egg and just put it in like that. According to the recipe, now we need to add 1/3 cup of breadcrumbs. So I'm just going to dump that over, I guess. And we need 1 teaspoon of salt. And we also need 1/4 cup of garlic, and I don't know, like that's a lot. So I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna do that, so I'm just gonna use this grater and go like that, and hopefully this does the job. This is not really working out because the garlic is like sticking to this, so I need to find a new way to get this garlic going. So apparently I read the recipe wrong. I was supposed to get grated parsley and minced garlic. So I don't suggest you grate your garlic. I suggest you just like chop it up. My bad. Oops. So now I will be showing you guys some of the extra ingredients that I stole from my mom's little spice jar. And I have an array of reasons why I chose them. So I chose this ground sage because I want this to come out good and I want to promote positive vibes. And I chose this Italian seasoning because I mean spaghetti and meatballs is Italian food now. So wouldn't Italian food work? And cilantro because cilantro makes everything better in my opinion. Poultry seasoning because this is ground chicken, which is poultry, if I am correct. So that only makes sense. And basil leaves because it smelled very interesting. And I added black pepper because I like black pepper in my eggs, and eggs come from chickens. I don't know how much of this I'm supposed to throw in here, so with this sage, whatever, we're going to put a little bit in the cap because I don't know how that's going to turn out, and just throw it over because I don't know, that smelled weird. This Italian seasoning, how does this open? Oh my. So for this Italian seasoning, I'm just going to sprinkle it over, and I think that's enough. For the cilantro, I'm going to sprinkle some more because I like cilantro. And for the poultry seasoning, I'm going to sprinkle like, I don't know, how much ever that was, because I don't know what's the proper measurements for all of this. And the basil leaves, we're just going to go ahead like that a few times. And I suppose we will be using one of these little cube-shaped seasoning things, because even though I hate my grandma, this is what she uses. So we're just going to like break this up and kind of throw that into the whole mix. So this is what my bowl looks like now, and I'm just gonna start to mix it all together like that, like the recipe says to. And I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't feel like Play-Doh. This feels like fucking slime, nasty, gunky, expired. As you can see, I started rolling this into a ball-shaped form, and you're gonna keep doing this until you have as many meatballs as you can. I suggest making like 15. I don't know where my red pepper flakes are, so we're going to improvise with some good old hot sauce and this paintbrush looking thingy, and I'm going to try to make these spicy because I don't know where my mom went, and I need her right now for these red pepper flakes, and they're not here. So if this idea turns out bad, I know who to blame, but we're going to try and improvise. So I'm going like this, trying to get some hot sauce onto all of these meatballs to make it kind of spicy, and I put a little bit of hot sauce in the spoon here. And this is what I'm doing because I don't want to keep putting in this into the hot sauce jar after, you know, I'm touching like raw meat with it. So this is all I'm doing for now. Hopefully this is not going to be too spicy, but let's see. So now we have to fry these in a pan for about 10 minutes and add the sauce, tomato chunks, onions, and shallots. While these are still going, we chopped up some of the tomatoes, onions, shallots, and we drained the spaghetti. Now we throw all of this shit in, as well as all of the tomato sauce. Now that the meatballs are almost finished, we're going to make a salad using baby spinach, tomatoes, cucumbers, and onion. Cooking got my highlights going crazy. Yes, honey. Ooh. Yes. Then, when your meatballs are done in the sauce, you transfer everything back into the big pot, and then now you have to mix it all together. Now, we're at the end of my video. So we have our spaghetti and meatballs, topped with some Parmesan cheese, and our salad. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, because I'm never making spaghetti again. Guys, real quick, when I went to go put away the dressing, it exploded all over my hair somehow and my face.